Good morning, brothers and sisters. Hallelujah. The Lord has blessed us with another day, and within that day, another opportunity to take a step closer to our goals and dreams. How wonderful is that? What a wonderful promise that every day we get to wake up and live out God's will for us and figure out exactly what it is we were placed on this earth to do. Shoulders and arms today on the bro split. Quad focused legs, chest back, shoulders, arms, hamstring glute focused leg day, and then full upper. Honestly, that's my sweet spot. Five days of working out a week and 2 rest days. Usually it ends up being Saturday, Sunday. So I know a lot of people probably don't think that going 5 days in a row probably isn't the smartest, isn't the greatest thing. But when you're hitting different muscle groups and when you're being deliberate about how you program, it's all good. Some people respond differently. If you truly would enjoy or need that extra rest time, like 2 days on, rest, 2 days rest, 1 day, whatever it may be. You do you, but this is what works for me, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Monday through Friday has always just kind of been, it just feels good. And then the weekend, kind of a little bit of time to relax, but that's when I go to jujitsu most often as well. So different things work for different people, and that's what works for me. So, that's what we do. It's what I enjoy. It's what keeps me consistent. It's what keeps me disciplined. At a certain point, I do want to get into jujitsu a little bit more deeply. And at that point, I'd probably switch to a 3-day full body split. Even though I've tried like a 4 and 5 day full body split where you just don't hit every single muscle group during each workout like you would in a 3-day full body split. And I wasn't a massive fan of it, but at the same time, if I were training jujitsu like 4 or 5 days a week, I'd be all right with the full body split. I have a feeling. There's a guy, his name's Kason Granger, and he literally just works out and trains jujitsu and talks about different things to perform at your highest capability, and just how to optimize sleep, how to optimize training, how to optimize diet, nutrition, all that stuff. So if you're a big gym rat and you also are kind of into like MMA type stuff, bro, he's a great person to follow. But that's what he's doing right now. He does a full body split and then trains jujitsu and kickboxing. Like, don't miss waking up at 3:30, but man, I certainly do miss the fact that there was absolutely no traffic, dude. This like morning rush hour, I haven't experienced this in like over half a year, but this sucks, man. I hate I hate crowded roads. And I moved to a big city from living in a very, very small, very rural community my whole life. So I kind of did it to myself, and I'm used to it now. It is what it is. I used to be terrified, honestly, to drive up here. And Fargo, to most people, you would think this is like some puny little village, but you know what? I grew up in a town of 800 people most of my life and went to college in a town of about 3,000 people. There's so much potential for somebody to just not be paying attention for a second and a half and just absolutely murking your shit. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what runs through my head when I'm driving. I know I shouldn't really keep that mindset, but also I feel like you kind of need to. Otherwise, you're going to be that person at some point or another who fucking isn't paying attention for 1 or 2 seconds, then bop, T-bone the shit out of someone and fuck their car up, fuck your insurance rates, fuck everything up. Fuck that, man. We don't need that. So, but yeah, that being said, and knock on wood, I don't got no wood paneling in this bad boy or anything. They discontinued that quite a while ago, unfortunately. They should really bring that back, though. Those old school cars, those old school station wagons with the wood paneling on the outside, man. Baller. Can you imagine pulling up? Can you imagine being like a sophomore in high school, turn 16, you're all hyped up because your siblings before you, they all got vehicles too. So you're ready. You're excited. You're going to get your little Chevy Cruze or your little Toyota Camry or something at 15, 20 years old. But you're hyped nonetheless because you're about to be driving for the first time ever. And nobody can tell you shit. You're about to be picking up all your friends, going to Walmart and fucking around. Or at least that's what we did because, again, grew up in a real small town. But you walk outside, your parents are like, oh, we got a surprise for you, but you got to go outside to see it. You just see a freaking like 1980 something freaking station wagon wood paneling, man. As a 16-year-old, I would die inside, but thinking about that now, like, fuck yeah, dude, that'd be sick. You're going to be unique. Fuck it if people are like, oh, look at that old car, the thing's so ugly. Nah, you're ugly, man. Your personality's ugly, your demeanor's ugly. My car fucks your car. Fuck you. even if they're driving like some brand new big old pickup or whatever. Oh gosh, somebody fucking skirted off the road here. What in the hell? How'd you manage that one, bud? Hey, bro, you can't park there. You cannot park there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you managed to do that. I don't know if somebody like ran them off the road or they just weren't looking or what. Huh. There's no other cars stopped. So unless somebody like hit and ran them, but it didn't look like there was really any damage on their car. I think they just like weren't paying attention or something, man. It's a little, I mean, it snowed yesterday evening and a little bit over the night, but I mean, bro, we live within hours, like a couple, 2-3 hours of the Canadian border. I've mentioned that before. So like, not like we're not used to it or anything. I don't know, man. That's funny. It's not funny. I could tell she was in her driver's seat and she was on her phone. Looked like she was trying to call someone. She's fine, but good Lord, man. The things you see. I think I talked about yesterday morning. My Monday just was not the greatest. I just was not in a good mindset. Was not in a good any type of mental space. It was bad, but yesterday at work was excellent. I just put my head down and like was truly in the moment and like focused on what I could do right at that moment to continue learning and to continue growing into my new role at work. And it was just a really good day overall. So we're going to try and repeat that again today. It just goes to show truly, like, we do have control over our minds. We do have control over our thought patterns. We do have control over all of that stuff. We just have to, it's a lot harder to take control of it and also to break through, the negativity, the hard shell of negativity that's been built up around our subconscious, our egos and everything. It's really hard to break through that and start changing it, but you can. And once you do start changing it and once you do start feeling some differences, it's hard to go back. And like, I've been doing that work. And so I'll still have those days where I slip off and just am all stressed and anxious and like can't get out of my own head, but I'm very quick to come out of it now. It used to last for months. I mean, I was just in that perpetual state for I don't even know how many years in a row, really, like high school and college time. But now, you can break out of it. You understand like that's not actually you. That's just your mind, your ego trying to control you and trying to dictate how you live life. The thing is too, is like our egos, they think they're protecting us. They think they're doing what's best. But in all actuality, our minds, our brains are very old, are very ancient. They haven't really changed in like 50,000 years or something like that. So our primal instincts are still there, but nobody really talks about that. Operating in today's day and age with our old ancient survival habits, instincts, whatever you want to call it, is very hard, especially when you aren't aware of the fact that, your brain is 50,000 years old, especially when, companies, the media, everybody has really figured out how to trigger those ancient instincts and our survival instincts and get us to get us to, do what they want, essentially. We really need to break free of that and not allow outside influence to dictate how we live our lives. Again, it's very hard, but through time and effort, hard work, we can make those changes. You just have to be dedicated. You have to be consistent. You have to be able to be honest with yourself. Through all that hard work, through all that consistency, we're going to grow. We're not going to allow outside influence to affect how we behave and affect the decisions we make. We'll still feel it. It'll still irk us. We'll still feel emotions. Once you can control them, learn to take a step back from the situation, from your emotions, from your feeling in the moment, and understand why you're feeling those things instead of just allowing them to dictate your immediate actions. And it doesn't take much time either. It literally can take, a couple seconds just to take a step back and think like, okay, I'm angry, but why, what stimulus made me angry? And then you're like, okay, I'm angry. And, you do this digging and say, oh, I'm angry. Well, my cat is being really loud this morning. He's being really annoying. He probably wants attention. He probably wants some food. Okay, well, my cat has a brain that's even smaller and even less advanced than mine. So all he knows is his emotions, his feelings, and he can't have this type of mental conversation with himself. So like, am I really going to allow my cat meowing really loud, really annoyingly, acting like he's dying to trigger me, to make me angry, to make me make stupid decisions, rash decisions, yell at my freaking cat just because he's meowing at me, just because he wants some pets and some scratches and some food? You know, when you do that digging, and that goes for any situation, any scenario, you dig in a little bit and you start to realize, like, this is a really stupid reason to be mad, sad, angry, whatever you're feeling in the moment, frustrated, fearful. Oftentimes our reasons are really shallow and really weak, but we never even take the time to think about it. We just let our egos overrule us and take charge and do whatever they please. Just something to chew on, guys. I truly appreciate you checking this one out, and we will see you in the next one. Peace out.